That was unreleased information, Fred. You just dropped the ball.
Just cut it.
You heard the new kid's coming out.
Welcome back, guys, to the eSKAT Chat podcast. We're here in New York City with New York's finest. Here we go. How about you introduce yourself? Let's start here and we'll work all the way through.
Well, I'm Tom Paget, NYC Evolve Ambassador, co-runner of NYC eBoarding Collective.
My name is Fred, just a general YouTuber / e-skater, loving the brand and love skating.
John Goris from NYC, and I run NYC Longboard Vibes.
Got the vibes.
All the vibes.
All the vibes.
All the vibes. The good vibes.
Every Sunday, baby.
So, who's been skating today? You said you have been. Yeah, what were you up to?
So just met up with 4 or 5 guys, had a couple drinks, and then we went out and skated, had a good time. And then we met up to Longboard Vibes at Pier 76, had a good time. They're always dancing, learning. You always can ask questions at this place, man. It's such a good vibe that you have beginners there, you have intermediate, and you have experts there, and they're all cool. And yeah, it's always a good time there. It lasts hours. And then right next door you have the ferry there, so you can get drinks, you can get food if you want. Sometimes we could charge up there. Sometimes they shut off the powers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's outlets behind the vending machines. If you guys are looking, outlets behind the vending machines.
Do you have to unplug the vending machines?
No, there's most of the time there's
climb
2.
Yeah, we got to climb up sometimes to get to this power.
Above, yeah. You'll find it.
Pier 76 is like such a crazy place because it's in the middle of New York, hustle bustle, crazy city. Yes. And it's this giant flat piece of tarmac where you are pretty much uninterrupted. You just go and skate. You want to tell us about what you actually do with the like traditional longboarding? And like the group rides that happen in that space.
So basically what we do is we do longboard dancing. So every Sunday we meet up from 11 to 4 and we just ride out. Anybody that wants to learn or test out new boards, you know, we have all these different, you know, companies send us boards and stuff to try out. And yeah, it's always a vibe. Like a lot of people come out and we play games, have giveaways.
Did you guys have a DJ there today?
No, but there was this one guy.
There was one dude that was just
music, like so awesome.
He had a DJ set.
Yeah, it was like a little, like I got there and I'm pulling up and I'm getting all the boards out the truck and I'm like, what is that loud music? And I'm thinking that is Brandon, you know, he got the big speaker.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, Brandon's here already. And when I got there, I'm like, wait, no, it's a big speaker standing on the other side and it's just
ready to go,
booming
man.
all across.
I thought you guys had a DJ set up at first.
Yeah, no. But it's like longboarding paradise. And e-boarders come there all the time and they test out boards and they race. They do these freaking dash braces and it's just awesome. It's pretty cool.
There's a lot of filming too.
Some cool info about Pier 76, right? So I don't know if you guys knew, but it used to be the NYPD impound lot. So it's a big ass parking lot. And then they repaved it when it went back to the city and now it's like an actual park. So it's like literally maybe, I don't know, like 3 square acres of like pavement, which is amazing.
And it's so smooth.
Oh my God.
Right on the water.
Yeah.
You see the ferries, you see all the tourist spots and stuff like that.
I saw there was like a fashion week show there last week. I saw like someone was cruising out. I was like, and Emily Ratajkowski or something like that. I was like, oh, that's where I skate. What the hell? Damn.
Yeah, sick. So yesterday, Jeff and Trav from Evolve HQ, they were in town over at Last Mile New York City, the New York retailer. Yeah. Did the Series 2 demo. Yeah. You guys all go?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Great time. Series 2, oh man, it's so good. That's the board to get. If it's your first board, definitely way to go. I'm waiting for my Stoke Series 2 when you get a chance.
It's Fred's 20th board and he's still
Yo, yeah, right? He still comes back to it, man.
I think you might have to put a 1 in front of that number.
He told me he was going to buy another Series 1 before it was like, he's like, I'm going to get one more Series 1 just to have one.
Just for fun.
Yeah, right? For the museum.
I sort of told you, like, because you sort of dropped it that you were thinking about more GTRs and I was like, don't. Like, just
I'm
hold.
always listening to your advice.
Just hold.
Yeah,
like,
no, because I know
it a
obviously,
week.
you know, the inside is out, so I'm just gonna listen to it and just follow your lead, and it worked out all right.
Have you put a bit of time on it? It is a Bamboo GTR, correct?
Yeah, Bamboo GTR, so the 6-inch setup. I did my review. I run eSKate UNITY for you guys that haven't seen it, but check it out.
Link in bio.
Yeah, link in bio there. And then I switched for Tom's ride, the 85 Kagwamas, which is my favorite street setup. And it's home to me. I really, really love that setup. It's very comfortable to me. Yes, it's not a top performance board, but it has the performance. It has the range when you're on street, and it's just a really comfortable board, and it's got a little bit of everything as a eSkate board that you can actually learn on, and then you could get even better as a rider there, and it's just a really good board all around. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you had the smallest wheels yesterday.
Yeah.
Looking around, you definitely had the smallest wheels.
All the way to Pier 76 as well. Like,
oh yeah, no, and then we went for another ride after that.
Yeah,
we went to
GTR too?
Once you guys
GTR
left,
too?
Yeah, on the GTR too. Once you guys left,
I was like halfway Central Park. I'm looking at my remote. I'm like,
yeah,
and everybody just like zoom up a hill. I'm like, oh guys.
Yeah, no. So once we landed at Pier 76, an hour went by. We're just BSing around, and then we went back to Central, and we looped back around, and then I had to go back to the ferry. So
no lie, when I got home last night, I was on the Haitian 97 millimeters. I had 67% battery left, and I was like, Jeff, you want to do that 2 more times, bro? Let's go. We got range.
Like,
let's go.
we were like, I think right before the last stop, when the dude held on to you, and
Should we talk about that?
I think it was right before that when we did that one stop there and we checked everybody.
Oh yeah,
in.
right at the top of the park. Yeah.
It was like everybody started checking their batteries. Like, what percentage you have? What percentage you have? Like, oh, 41. Freaking Siva had freaking 87 on his Haitian, bro. And he had his thing.
Street wheels on the Haitian, man. It's like limited range, dude. Unlimited range.
It's like what's going on?
Yeah, man.
And he was like, and he got to the front of last mile, and he's like, oh yeah, you want to ride it?
Yeah, you want demo, bro? Yeah.
You want to demo it too? Yeah. And I'm here ripping it. He leaves it on. He takes the ride. We go to Central Park, like the way up there. I look at his freaking remote, and it's on 87%. I'm like, what's going on?
The 97's on the Haitian is like that perfect middle ground that gives you the performance, the range, and the speed that you really need, and it's just it looks good and it performs very well.
Whites.
Oh
Those are beautiful.
Whites are my favorite.
Yeah, those look
New
awesome.
ones, and then they turn yellow, but it's fine.
Especially here, everything's so dirty.
The neon green ones, they held up pretty good though.
They look sick. With the lights, like that photo you did was insane with the sort of the translucent wheels and the light coming through, matching it. Yeah. So cool.
I use the green with the green right now. That's right.
I put the blue translucents on there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks really good with the carbon Haiti and the blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked really good.
Yeah. How do you find the Kagwamas on the GTR probably actually work better than the Kagwamas on the Haitian because it's longer and flexier? It starts getting a bit of scrape.
Yeah. So the Bamboo Haitian does scrape a little bit. I'm about 150 something pounds, and sometimes I'll scrape if I'm doing a dance move and I'm carving really hard. It might just scrape a little bit because the Kagwamas are obviously small wheels, so it'll hit there sometimes. Or if you're doing a 180 slide and you're getting really deep into there, it'll scrape a little bit. So the 97s are just as good. It's just for some reason smaller wheels to me. I just feel like I have more control and I'm more in tune with the board. But yeah, the Bamboo Haitian has crazy flex. So the GTR2 has a little less flex and it's a little bit smaller of a deck. So I just like it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Dude,
I still scrape a little bit with the 97s, but the streets out here.
I put some like weird Amazon stuff underneath my Haitian stuff.
Have you seen that Geckoderm?
Yeah,
that guy. Yeah.
I've seen that.
I was thinking about that maybe at some point, but I think I'm just gonna maybe just put the 107s on and just call that a day. We'll see. Just a little bit bigger, maybe.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Fred got me into changing a lot of wheels.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
a 2-in-1 board. It's made to change and to find out what you love.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely, bro. Definitely.
I'm in the middle of moving right now.
What are you rocking at the moment? Is that yours there? Oh no, you're on the Haitian.
He's on the
carbon. So I'm on the carbon Haitian with the 5-inch Hoyt wheels.
Yeah, so many. And then what are you on? The one.
He's got the 105s.
105s, and you're on 97s at the moment.
97s, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I love it. I love the way they look.
It's like everyone's got their different setup.
Yeah. And if you try any one of our boards, they all feel different too.
Well, the funny thing is, yesterday I was on a bamboo GTR2 with 85 kilometers. Today I'm on pneumatics carbon.
Yeah.
It's lovely, man. It's you just switch it up, and it's a whole different vibe, and it's fantastic. Yeah. I love them both. A lot of people ask me what my favorite setup is. I get that question asked all the time. I'm like, that's impossible. Like, tomorrow I might feel this, I might feel that, and I'm just...
I still gravitate towards street wheels. That's my thing.
And me too. And me too. But yesterday I ridden all day with street wheels in 85s, to be honest with you.
So your knees are like, I need a little AT today.
It felt good today to switch to pneumatics. But at the end of the day, I don't know if you can call those pneumatics, man.
No, that's like, you're like low riders. Yeah, you have like a little millimeter rubber there.
Those look awesome, bro, by the way.
Yeah, they look sick. Is there a tube in that or no?
There is.
Okay.
I don't even know what happens if I pop the tube because
there's no air in there.
I don't know.
You know what's cool to me?
I gave up on flats.
Like, I came from the boosted and like the longboard, right? And like having the AT option is just such like a mind-opening experience. Honestly, the first time I was like on the dirt roads, like riding my board, I was like, oh my God, like I've been missing so much by not having the option of having AT. And like, I don't use AT that often when I'm in the city. I like the pavement. I like the urethane wheels. But really, like when I'm on the trails and stuff, I'm like, wow, like
whole different
this
vibe,
is
man.
totally different than I've ever experienced before. And like, I love it.
It's the glory of a 2-in-1.
It's so good.
I remember last year, it was like the ending of August, already getting cold. And I just recently got my ATs, my 6 inches, and I'm like fiending. I'm like, oh, I need them on. I go and I catch a patch of grass, right next to the Hudson. And I was like, the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, why did I do this so late? Yeah. No, this is all gonna be full of snow.
But it's a little harder to do dancing moves on the AT, no?
Yeah, definitely. You're high off the ground. The center of gravity is off.
And when you step off it, it stops rolling.
Yeah,
the rolling resistance.
I was gonna say less rolling. The rolling resistance is
I feel
a
like
lot
sometimes,
more, and that's why I don't like doing it if I'm on a setup that's fun rather than a reckless setup.
My first time getting on.
Because you're on AT, man, you can be
so reckless. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because you're not gonna slip off.
Oh God.
My first time on ATs, I was like, I felt the resistance, and I'm like, what's going on? Is my board messing up? I'm like, I'm trying to
keep
go.
pushing it. Push it as hard as you want.
Never let go of the throttle. You're all good.
Yeah. It just grew in me, and the dipping and just carving it and having just the freedom of just pushing it. It was awesome.
I ride
limits anymore.
Yeah, right.
I ride like at least 95% on it.
Yeah, I bet. Well, I see the roads you're driving at sometimes.
Yeah.
I saw that post where like half your road to your house is like falling apart.
I'd pay money to see him on urethane with that loosey-goosey truck.
Oh my God, yeah. I got on your board and I was like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
I can throw around. It can definitely throw around.
Yeah, 360 with urethane, rather than 180.
I never actually rode like the black bushings on the black evolved bushings.
The standard bushings.
Yeah.
My cousin, when he got his GTR recently, he had the black bushings, and I didn't know. And he's like, man, I don't know what's going on with these. It's like, it's super loose. I keep getting wobbles. And I'm like, nah, man, come on. You just got to like keep going. I got on his freaking board, and it was like a 2x4.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on? I'm like,
when you have them tight for too long, they get like permanently compressed, right? Where they
like any other
spring
truck.
back. Yeah.
That's what I was telling him. I was like, eventually you're gonna have to change, just switch out, I have the kit too, so I was telling him.
Yeah, if you get the kit and then you just find what you want, you gotta spend the time.
Jeff said there's a new kit coming out.
There is, yeah. There'll be a new kit. We just did new bushing, bearing.
That was unreleased information, Fred. You just dropped the ball.
Just cut it out.
You heard the new kit's coming out.
And the new 6-inch.
No, it should be coming soon.
And the Haitian race board.
Yeah.
Oh, woo! The four-wheeler? Damn it, Fred.
Funny on the bushings, right? Because I'm always flying around, going to different communities. I don't often get to take my board there, right? So I'm jumping on this board and this board, demo boards. I ride stock bushings. Same. That's all I ride because like I'm not changing it every time I take a demo board from a shop.
You bring your own bushings with you?
And I'm heavy too. I'm like 230 pounds and I'm riding on that stock setup. So I think once you're used to it.
No, I agree. Every new board I get, I always usually keep the stock bushings on there. And if I really, really like the board and I keep it, I'll still rock the stock bushings, and then I might play around with a Riptide 93, maybe a 90, but I won't change every single bushing. I might just throw one crank barrel in there, and I won't do all the bushings like a lot of people do, and it just completely changes up the ride of the board. So I'd rather just put one bushing in there and just call it a day, and it'll slightly feel a difference, and I'd be like, oh, I like it, or sometimes I don't like it, and I put it back to stock.
I think I use the stock ones for like a year before I swap them out because they get flat.
Between wheels and bushings, you could play around with that stuff all day long. You could tweak it, and it's in my opinion, it's fun. It's such an easy way to just dial in something that might hit the nail on the head for you as a rider.
And that's one of the coolest things I think about the group rides, though, is like I was out on Siva's Haitian a few days ago, and I was like, this is so much different than mine. Yeah. He had two different sets of bushings in there, different wheels on it.
And then you think about doing it yourself.
I was like, I need to like loosen my board up. Like, I need to like get this on.
I said the same thing. His setup, I want to try.
I was like, his setup is nice right now.
I said the same. He got some yellow evolved bushings on the
yellow and the light blue. I think.
He trades them all, yellow and blue. Yeah.
I think the purple or the blue.
The light blue, yeah.
And then I'm like, wait.
I was like, I need to do this at home now, because I was like, oh, I like this. This is good,
It's so much fun to switch it up.
And then also coming from the Stoke, I was like, oh, the Stoke they had at the demo was like
the Stoke was had the
primo. It was real nice.
Had the black bushings though.
Yeah, the stock ones. Yeah.
So I bought a Stoke, my third board, and then I sold it, and I just didn't realize I wasn't a kicktail kind of guy.
Yeah.
And then I saw some more evolved videos of shredding on it. I'm like, you know what? That looks freaking awesome because it reminds me of me skating back when I was like 14. And I got another one and I loved it. And I brought it to one of our demo rides.
Okay.
And it got stolen out of my car.
Oh, that day.
That's when
I
got...
Broadway Bomb Day?
Yeah, Broadway Bomb. Yeah, 2008.
You lost a couple boards, right?
Yeah, they took involved. Yeah, they took one of my newer GTRs and my Stoke, my jacket, my glasses, my credit card. I mean, they broke my window. Yeah. Such a great day. And like, I got 5 friends coming with me back to my car to just say goodbye to me, and my window's broken, and there was 3 other cars behind me that were broken into. Oh, that was a terrible day.
Yeah. Speaking of the Broadway Bomb. We had Ian stop by the demo yesterday, which is dope.
That was
I did not expect that at all.
Neither,
right?
I
was like, what? Oh, dude, what's going on? So Ian, I don't know if you know, Ian is the creator of the Broadway Bomb. This is the 20th anniversary of it this year. So 3rd Saturday in October every year. Check it out, guys. It's an illegal street race in New York City.
It's going to be fun.
It's thousands of longboarders down. Normally I push. I think I'm going to e-board this year. I'm getting old and I don't want to push anymore. It's an 80-mile push race.
But we get a police escort.
So this year is going to be police escort. Last year's police. The year before that, though, it was like reckless. Straight up reckless.
Yeah,
they had like orange fencing they would pull out across the street, and they would just wrap up kids and then put them in like a fucking like paddy wagon and take them off.
I don't remember if you were with
14,
us.
bro, no.
I don't remember if you were with us, but it was me and Rich. And Rich had a big bag because he arrived late. And he had a big bag of donuts because he wanted to bring donuts and thing. And
that's how he got out of it, man.
Yo, he was carving in between all the longboards, this big bag of donuts. I was filming him. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Broadway Bomb is a great time. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, I mean, they've pretty much gotten over the illegalness of it because if they try to fight it, it becomes like so much more of like a... we're gonna block traffic and cause, like, if they just let it happen, we're in and out in 20 minutes. Like, we're not blocking traffic that long, right? Yeah. Like, so when they let it happen, it's not a problem. But like 2014, 2015, something like that, me and my buddies, like, were coming out, we were pushing it, my brother was out, and this guy comes running up to us, we're kick pushing down, and he's like, yo, stop, they're arresting kids. And I got a video, I like gave my longboard to my brother, and I ran up, and I got a video of these, like, cops pulling like those orange like plastic construction fences across Broadway, wrapping up like 30 kids and then like leading them all into like a big like NYPD van. And I was like 2015, 2014, something like that. And I'm like yelling to them. I was like, yo, what are you guys doing? And they're like, we were just skating in the streets. I didn't have my board with me. And so they're like, we were just skating in the streets, all this stuff. And then I got interviewed on ABC News about it. And I was like, yo, we just want to skate, man. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, why are they arresting kids? Like, we just want to have a good time. And then it's been, I don't know, it's been like better since then. But I think the NYPD has realized like they can't stop it. It's
last year was my first year, and it was
really,
it was the best feeling. Like, it was awesome. Like, e-boarders, pushing. It was
I mean, every time we have a group ride, we fly by police and they don't do anything.
The cops don't care.
No. Just today, I flew by like 3 cop cars, and that's when G-Shock crashed.
Oh, jeez.
And the cop saw it.
Yeah.
And he asked if he was okay.
Yeah.
So he didn't say, get the F off the road.
Yeah,
He didn't say any of that. Like, Yeah.
I haven't yet ran into no police activity.
I had a cop
ride
try
pretty
my
reckless.
board in Central Park one time. Like, we were, like, waiting out front of, like, Central Park for people to, like, meet up,
wanted to
whatever.
try it, you said?
Yeah. And he comes up and he's like, yo, what do you guys got here? And I'm like, yo, it's electric skateboard.
Did you put it in Corsa mode?
Try it? No. He, like, stood on it, and I had him in eco, and he just, like, pulled the trigger a little bit. But
So actually, a couple weeks ago, I was filming at a school, and this school is fresh paved. It's like an acre long.
Awesome.
Just right.
Love that fresh pavement.
And there's these two like girls that are maybe 15 years old, and they're longboarding, and they're just beginning.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, what's that, blah, blah. So, you know, we just got to talking, and I'm like, yeah, go ahead, try it. And I totally forgot it was in Corsa mode.
Gentle, be gentle.
But regardless,
Down hard. Cracked her helmet.
In my
Backflip.
Yo, God.
she kind of did.
Yeah. Oh man.
Wow.
That's one thing I'm always
So
like
there's
with
a-
people
there's a-
before they get on the board. I'm like, yo, pull the trigger a little bit before you get on it, just so
Yeah.
you know where that engagement point is.
And out of all the demos I've ever heard, I totally forgot to
pick it up off the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell people like it's like a car, you know. You're not gonna step on it
And
right away.
floor it exactly.
Just
Yeah.
ease into it, you know. and
I've
it's-
had many
you're gonna go.
friends or strangers just trying a board, and that's fine. And I don't know why I totally forgot to tell her to just ease into the
She's okay. She went to the hospital. Everything's okay.
I felt so bad, but
I did a similar thing on purpose one time. I was skating like along the front of the beach back home, Gold Coast, and there's a few pubs and whatever. And there's some old blokes, like 50-year-old men out the front. You know how they give you a little bit of stick? And I'd pulled up and they came over and they were like, just being cheeky, you know? And then I'm like, do you want to go? And he's like, yeah. Just gave it to him. And he did do the something.
there's an Instagram page.
Well, so fast than I thought.
There's an Instagram page that's something Scorpion. I forget. It's something Scorpion, and it's all about people falling and doing, you know,
Oh, yeah, the
landing on their
scorpion
neck,
with
and
the
they
feet
reverse.
behind. Yeah.
But then I found out there's a reverse Scorpion Instagram page. I forget where it is. I'll find it later. But people are doing that. They're going backwards, and their ankles are going over their heads.
man.
And it's,
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
God, it's crazy. That's what made me think about
Yeah.
I
that.
saw my brother-in-law fall at 30 miles per hour.
Ooh, damn.
And
That's
he
rough.
He tuck and roll the first one, and then momentum caught him, and he like flipped again.
Oh, yeah.
He said that his ankles clapped in the air like.
That's when you see it. You always see like when someone's like when they try to run it out and you're like, there's no way you can run right now, right?
Yeah.
And you're like,
Bro,
right, and their whole
my cousin
torso
yesterday,
like goes in
no
front of
lie.
their feet.
My cousin yesterday, Jeff lent him a helmet, an Evolve helmet, and thank God he did, because on the way back to the car, that helmet saved his life.
Damn.
He ate it.
Shout out to Jeff.
He was actually on another board, and we were testing a brake.
Jeff, you got a damaged
Brake
helmet
test.
now.
And
Yeah, getting that helmet back.
His brakes all
It's
the
a
way.
one and done.
And his head hit
Don't
the
give it
floor
back.
so hard
Oh man.
that if he would have never had that helmet,
Yeah.
and he didn't go to the ride with a helmet.
Yeah.
So Jeff,
Honestly,
you
speaking
saved a life.
Speaking of helmets, I think it's weird that people don't wear helmets. I mean, listen,
I don't look cool. I don't feel cool without a helmet
Yeah,
on.
like I
Bro,
feel
no
for
one
some-
is looking at you. No one cares what you look like.
For some reason, I feel like if you're the guy that's not wearing a helmet, you're like the kind of bully that tries to look cool. But everybody's just wearing a helmet. I don't
Yeah.
wear pads. I don't wear all that stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's cool. I respect anybody that wants to wear whatever they want. But when you don't wear a helmet, I think it just looks weird. It sticks out.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, because the
15,
people have
16,
the people that
something
have
like that.
fallen, I feel like no, right? And you're like, yo, you haven't worn a helmet, right? Like you haven't fallen yet,
Yeah.
so you don't know how bad that can
Yes.
be, right? So I saw something on Reddit actually a few days ago, right, where like the amount of momentum, like the energy that goes like quadruples if you double
Yeah.
speed, right? So
Yeah,
15
yeah.
miles an hour is like X amount of impact, or whatever. If you're doing 30 miles an hour, it's 4 times as much as 15, not just double, right? It's just like that momentum carries,
crazy.
and like really,
Like
the
my
guys who know, right? When you go down, you go down. Like there's nothing you can do about it, right? You got scars, you got broken I broke my hand twice.
My hands are. Oh, I have so much scars on my hands. It's crazy.
I'm all
I
scarred.
saw it in your latest
I'm all
video when you were
messed
showing
up.
the
Don't
zoom
freaking-
close up of
Yeah,
the Series 2.
tried
I was
not-
like, man, yo,
Yo,
your thumb
I
is
tried-
fucked up.
I tried getting all that off. And I'm like, fuck. I'm not gonna go re-edit because I just realized I missed that one spot.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna edit it out.
You're like, oh, the remote's so nice. And I was like, man, his thumb looks broken.
Dude.
your your nails all bloody
whether it's a little
Slide
I'm trying to do, or just some kind of like little trick, my hands always just take the beating.
Well, it always happens.
Yeah.
My left hand gets more damage than anything in my whole body.
Yeah.
Because my remote is over here. My left hand is forward, and when I fall, I put my hand down.
My right side just gets.
Normally, I don't wear my ring when I skate because I'm always like, I don't want to like break a finger and have to like cut off or something, like some crazy shit.
I seen some freaking dude broke his ankle and they was like cutting his Jordans off his foot.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, not the Jordans.
Yeah, they're all bloody already though. It's fine.
No. It was actually like brand new. His ankle was just like this.
Crack.
Like this.
Twisted. Yeah.
So they had to cut like right here through the laces.
Damn.
And it was
they do that. Yeah, when you're in emergency, they'll take off all your clothes, they'll cut it all off.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Crazy.
I never broke a bone, so.
Haven't you? Oh, mate.
I'm 36 years old.
They're not gonna have a hardwood floor, bro.
You're doing well.
Yeah.
And you know why? It's because you longboard dance and you don't go over 15 miles an hour. keep it under 25, guys, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I've fallen on my e-board already and landed on the bottom of a parked car, so
Ooh, yeah.
it was pretty brutal.
It happens, man. Yeah, and
No,
you
I
realize
mean,
how much worse it can be.
It's like I
when
tell
you're going
people,
that
like,
much faster.
Sometimes
you
you
can't
just gotta
control the
respect the
momentum
board.
sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you
I've
just gotta
tucked and
respect
rolled.
it.
I've
You
luckily
can't
tucked
run it
and
out at
rolled
that point.
great.
Like you're just flying through the air, hoping for the best. You know.
There's only one time I couldn't tuck and roll the correct way, and that's when I had 6 too many drinks in the snow. The next day after a
We're only drinking here because we're done riding for today. Just a heads up, everybody.
Yeah,
we're
we don't
going riding
No more
anymore.
riding. We do not
Taking
condone
the
that.
subway home.
Change your pace a little bit.
Yeah.
How long have you been e-skating? You're probably the longest here, right?
I would say 2015. It was right after the V2 Boosted came out, before the extended range battery came out. I bought it and pre-ordered my extended range battery Boosted. So maybe 2015, 2016, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
May 2020.
2020. Fred came in hard. Were you a COVID e-skater?
Yeah, the funny thing is I saw a bunch of like PEV ads on YouTube, and I got an e-bike. It's like a little cheap fold-up e-bike.
Nice.
So YouTube recognizes what you're doing, and PEV, and I actually got a Wowgo 3X.
Okay.
I ordered that.
That Boosted
then
clone, man. That was
Yeah.
it back in the day.
Yeah.
That was it. That was what pushing Boosted out.
You know, and then like 3 or 4 days goes by, I see
Yeah.
all the Evolve stuff.
Oh, there it is.
Skate, I saw that. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
this thing is awesome. And I didn't even know what a carbon meant versus the bamboo. And I was just like, all right, the carbon's the best. It looks like it's the most expensive.
It's the most
I just
expensive
bought-
one.
I just bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought it. And I loved it. Like, I still have this first video of my very first day riding it. And then I think like 10 days later, I found out that there was a retailer about like 30 minutes away from my house, and they had a bamboo in stock.
What store?
One stop.
No, not One Stop. It was before One Stop, actually.
Yeah, because I was like, they weren't around.
Yeah, they weren't around.
Yeah.
So I went to a local retailer that actually had Evolve boards, and I got a bamboo street, and I just realized how much better that was for me as a skater, and it just stuck with me big
I
time.
had a similar first go at electric skateboards too, right? So I was longboard dancer, right? But this was before I knew you. But this is where I went to the Ghost Skate sessions in Central Park before they were doing their thing. And I had my loaded Bangra at the time, right? And like my buddy Sam Sheffer, who I went to high school with, and his brother was in my cousin's band, so like I knew him from a long time. He's like, "Yo, boosted board, they're so crazy, you gotta check it out." And I was like, "Nah, fuck that. Like, I'm a skateboarder. Like, I'm pushed. Like, I don't want to electric. Like, this is stupid, right?" Yeah. And then I moved to New York City, and I like saw they had at one of like it was like a clothing store, Aether Apparel in like the Soho, and I like got on it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is like way more powerful than I like thought." I thought it was gonna be like a toy. I was like, "There's no way this is like actually usable." Bought it that day. I skated home. I had my Bangra. I was riding my Bangra with the boosted box in my hand.
Is that how you say Bangra? Because I had one.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I didn't know.
Bangra,
It's Voltaire.
Voltaire.
Okay. electric, whatever.
Electric vehicles or whatever?
Yeah, they had mostly e-bikes.
Okay.
But Voltaire cycles in Verona.
Okay.
And funny enough, they have a really sick park right across the street. So as soon as I bought it, I went across the street.
You got it with AT on it?
No, that was street.
Street wheels.
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
I had the Carbon GTR that I bought was 7-inch AT.
Nice.
So yeah, that was I love that time.
Sweet. And then John, how'd you start your e-board career?
I was September 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Another COVID one.
Never got on a board in my life.
And you got the GTR right off the bat, right?
I actually went with another
Okay.
board. You know, I didn't know much. It was just like an ad that popped up, and I
Wait,
was
you
like,
didn't
oh.
longboard before that?
No, never.
What?
Never in my life.
Wait, you got an e-board first?
I got an e-board first. Yeah.
Oh,
did you really?
dude, I did not know that at all. I was like, yo, this
You
guy
weren't
must have
longboarding
longboarded forever.
before.
No. I started
Damn.
e-boarding, and then you know, my long.
I mean, that's the same for me, but he's
my
better than
Yeah,
me.
no, dude, that's what I'm saying. I was like, I
Yeah,
did not
yeah.
know. I thought he was starting with a regular
My
board.
childhood friend Reese was like, which is my partner for LBV now, and he was like, he's pushing, and he's like, come on, man, get a push board. And I'm like, nah, man,
Yo, I'm lazy,
e-board
bro. I need
riding,
motors,
bro. I'm not gonna
dude.
be pushing. I'm already here, you know. I'm just
You
chilling.
got the throttle.
yeah. And then I was just there, you know, and I was like, I love it. I was like, I love e-board riding. And he was trying to convince me to push. And I'm like, nah. And then he convinced me. I bought a board, you know, and then I freaking I had an e-board bike, a e-bike, which I had, you know, already for like a couple of months.
Yeah.
So I already had this other e-board, but I was already like tired of it. I was like, no, I need more. You know, I need more. I'm like, no. So I got this other board. And I was like, But I always looked at the Evolve. Like, that's the board I want.
Yeah.
You need the GTR. You know, at the moment, you know, the GTR was like the thing, you know, 2020.
I feel like you've had the GTR as long as I've known you, though.
Yeah.
Like maybe.
I got it pretty soon. I chopped through it right away. Like,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. Like,
Yeah.
Because
Well, you
once
know
I
Fred,
found,
dude. Fred was zero
Yeah.
0 boards to 15 boards in like
Yeah,
3 months.
It's fun, man. Do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
I always
But-
say do what makes you happy.
That's awesome though, John. I didn't know that, bro. I thought
Yeah,
I
man.
thought you skated for it, and then you were like, "Oh, I finally get the e-board now."
yeah.
That's awesome.
Then when I finally
All right,
got
shout
my
out Reese for
Evolve-
making John push, yo.
yeah. But yeah, when I finally got my Evolve, I was like, wow. You know, going from traditional kingpins into double kingpins, I was like, okay. And then, you know, learning how to dance. I didn't even know how to dance when I got on the, you know, so it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
learning both at the same time.
Yeah.
So by the time, like, I got more into, like, the longboarding and I started dancing a lot. So by the time I came back to the Evolve, I was already like, okay, I'm ready to pump it and carve it
Yeah,
and
dude.
dance on it. And
Hell
do-
yeah.
So it was, like, super fun.
That's
I
a lot of
actually
things
got
that people
to-
don't recognize, I feel like, about it, right? It's like, oh, their first board, sometimes they'll just get an e-board. And, like, I don't know if that's, like, the thing that I would recommend to somebody, right? If it's your first board ever, I would almost say start with push, right? Like, spend $100, spend $200, right? Get something to learn on. And then when you get that Series 2 GTR, right?
Yeah.
Like, boom, all those skills transfer over.
Here's the debate right
And
here.
you're
'Cause
that much better at it.
I don't agree with you.
No?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't
All
agree
right.
either.
Yeah.
I don't agree either because when you're on an e-board, there's a lot more weight underneath you. That's
Yeah,
one, and you have
definitely.
the throttle and you have the brakes.
Because you have the brakes,
So as
yeah.
a person that doesn't skate, you
Yeah.
have more confidence. And when you have more confidence, you can just simply ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rather
Yeah.
than you're on a skate,
Yeah.
you're on a skateboard. That's just way more like
It's
Yeah,
more-
no,
there's
I'm
no
not-
resistance.
I definitely
You
see
need-
both
no
sides of
resistance
that.
to
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you need more skill set to actually shred on a push board.
I think
But
that's
that
what
builds
actually
that
helped me.
stability, I feel like, right?
Sure, but that's hard. I agree,
I
but
still
that's
can't
hard.
ride a push board.
No, yeah.
I'm not
But if you
bad
got
on
on
an
if
eSKAT.
you got on a push board though, I think you would be able to
pump my
handle
push board
yourself.
for-
I think if
for a
you're
whole
someone
block.
like me and Maddie that started on an e-board,
Yeah.
and we go to a long board, we can do it,
Yeah.
but we're not gonna be awesome. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
It'd take some time. You probably, if we committed to it, we could probably get there pretty quick.
Once I
Yeah.
hop on a push board, I'm like, damn, this thing's a feather.
Especially
And
if
the
it's
Yeah.
trucks
That's
are like
the thing
this,
too,
so
yeah.
I have to take
if it's not a longboard and it's an actual like park board.
a real skateboard?
I bought one of them like a year ago. I ended up hanging it on my wall as artwork. It's good up there.
Yeah.
I actually
That's
I
one
actually
thing. I'm not
skated
good at
when I was
skateboarding.
younger, like
I'm real
14,
good.
15.
Yeah.
And I was decent at it, but I never really
Yeah, I've never learned how to
not so much.
ollie. Never learned how to ollie.
ollie,
None of that.
kickflip, heel flip, board
Still can't
slide,
ollie. No,
50-50 I could do.
I started with
Nothing
longboards.
crazy.
That was my thing.
Yeah, I started longboarding,
Loaded
too,
dervish
at
was where I
33.
started.
So
I got
Yeah.
a dervish.
Yeah. A little
dervish
late.
is fun.
Love the dervish. It's so good for pushing.
Dervish is
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
That's
But,
where I got.
yeah,
that's where I
man.
got the boosted first off because I was like, it was loaded boards.
That's where I was going to like loop in this whole conversation. The question is, how long do you have to be in the eSkate world to be considered an OG?
Wow.
In the eSkate, I mean, I
Because
think
it's
that,
not an old industry.
No, it's definitely not an old industry. I mean, yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like there's like, you can develop that status in, because like you look at Fred, right? And you get Fred, and like Fred's built his YouTube channel up like over like 2 years now, right? And like I would consider Fred like one of the most knowledgeable guys in the community, right? Like you see him, like if anyone has any questions about like what board I should get, Fred's in there being like, no, this one's better than this one. This one is not good as this one, and this one's wheels are better than that one. Bushings that one sucks. Range that one's good. This board feels like trash. And so like Fred knows.
Fred's the only person that has bought them all.
Of them, yeah. And so like he'll give you the rundown.
I will never.
Like I don't know any of that.
Experience.
I will never use the B word better.
Yeah,
never.
well, yeah, different.
Yeah,
different.
no, I get it.
Sometimes you're like, yo, this one's better than this one. If you're like, you know, but yeah, I don't know. I don't consider myself an OG, but I would say
I reckon you're
I'm
nearing
an OG.
Yeah,
For sure.
I don't want to like toot my own horn, but yeah, I mean, we've been around for a long time. Like, you know, I've been just doing my best to kind of like just build up the community here, right? Like, you know, like I work for Evolve and like I love you guys supporting me and everything like that. But like when it comes to the rides, like I don't care what you ride. Like come to the ride. Like I just want everyone to have a good time.
Always like that.
Like it doesn't matter what you ride,
It's
just
all about
come
the
out.
unity.
Exactly,
Yeah, it's
right?
all
Like I
about
don't
the
care.
So I stress
Just have a good time, man. Yeah.
they'll fall for it, you know.
Yeah,
They'll see the
like I want scooters, I want bikes, I want unicycles. Like everyone just come to the ride and like we'll ball out together. Like it's a good time.
Yeah, Fred the unicycle rider.
Yeah, he's got one recently.
I'm honestly really enjoying my unicycle. I won't lie to you guys.
I bought one and sold it.
So I did the same thing. I had a Nikola AR Plus, and I sold it to Ethan.
Yeah.
And the day that I sold it to him, I took it for one more ride, and we met each other at this place. And I took it for one more ride, and I'm like, I'm riding. I'm like, this is actually kind of tight. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe
That
I'll
was the
just get
day you
another
got
one.
it. Yeah.
So then
Day it
I
clicked.
committed to the sale because he's a friend.
Yeah.
I committed to the sale because he's a friend.
Is that the one he got pulled over on?
Yeah, like 2 days later. Yeah. And then I decided to buy another one, and that's the one I still have, and I'm actually having a great time on it.
Yeah.
There is a very, very large learning curve to it
totally.
compared to eSkate.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
eSkate, you can just heel toe, get your maneuverability, and, you know, just enjoy the ride. When it comes to the Uni, it's a squirrely mechanism.
Yeah, definitely.
It is super cool that there's just like more and more like vehicles because it grows out that whole community, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So now you got 100 of those guys and 100 of us and then 100 bikes.
Yeah. I mean,
Shitloads of people.
the group is still called NYC E-boarding Collective,
Dude,
right? And like
9/11
that says
is
something. That's
9/11
like what it
is probably
started.
one of our the Halloween ride is probably our largest ride. No?
Halloween ride will be sick. Yeah, the 9/11 ride normally is really big, but we got rained out this year, so that didn't happen. But that
So Halloween should
there was like
probably
100 people coming in the Facebook group. I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be like 150 people showing
I think
up.
last year Halloween we had 100 plus. No,
Wait, that was when we did the parade though last year. So I got the permit for
Last
the parade.
year, 9/11 ride was
9/11 ride last year was crazy.
It
Yeah,
was crazy.
Yeah.
It was
I
beautiful.
do
it was
enjoy
a
that
good
ride a
time.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't had NYEF. That was what 2019 was the last time we did that one.
Yeah, because that was Philippachi.
Philippachi, yeah. And they stopped selling stuff, but
they burnt down, correct?
well, they got like there was like remember those riots? They got like all their shit got stolen.
that was like right before I got into e-boarding.
It was like yeah. So yeah, they like got a bunch of shit stolen, and I think their like insurance only covered like the actual like motorcycles and stuff that they sold.
I think they moved heavy into
Then
like
they opened
yeah,
back
they're
up
like
and sold
zero
stuff,
motorcycles,
something
and
like
stuff.
that, right?
They're still open now.
They were,
I rode
they
by
were
every
selling
now
like
and then.
Super
Something
73s first.
Soho? Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah, they got those zero motorbike.
There's zero
things.
motorcycles though, but it's like a
That's
straight
their
up
thing.
motorcycle. You need like you need a license.
They're
to,
like
take it.
$20,000.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So they're hardcore into that.
But that was
It's
a
electric?
sick event.
Yeah, sick event.
electric?
Yeah. All
You
electric.
guys see the Damon motorcycles? Those look
I haven't seen
awesome.
those.
I want one.
Wait till you see these. These things are pretty mint.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Zero is sick. It's like a Kawasaki Ninja or whatever, but like a 300-mile battery in it.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. That's probably going to just about do us. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
No, I mean, I do want to, just shout out NYC Longboard Vibes, right? Every Sunday,
Yes, sir.
Pier
Appreciate
76,
that. Yes, sir.
11 a.m. to 4 or 5 p.m., something like that.
Here to spread the vibes.
Hang out with
Even
John
if you guys
and me.
don't really know much about longboarding,
Come
if you guys
learn,
wanna
dude.
get involved,
And if
they
you got
have,
an
like,
e-board,
6 freaking teachers.
if you got an e-board and you're
help you
trying to push, right? You're trying to expand out. You're trying to expand those skills. Like, just come out. It's like a good spot to learn. People are, super supportive. We do all kinds of crazy fun
Yep.
games and giveaways and stuff. Yeah.
And we recently started NYC e-board vibes too. So
Yeah.
Man, everything all you guys do with the groups and the events and the YouTube channel, it's all going to be linked in the description. So we'll lay it out. People can go and find out.
Come join us on a ride, guys.
Everything you do.
Yeah. We're always welcome. Whatever you ride, come out.
Yeah, if you guys are ever on the East Coast, and
Yeah, right.
check out
Tri-State
here, Tom
area.
or John.
Yeah.
yeah, we're here.
We got people that come from all over, right? Connecticut, we got New Jersey, we got Pennsylvania, we got
Toronto,
DC.
DC,
Yeah.
everywhere.
We got a lot of
Toronto.
Boston comes out every now and then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boston. Yeah.
So it's always
Cali,
good. Everyone's
everybody.
always welcome. Hit us up if you're in New York, and we'll go ride with you, show you around.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Maddie.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, Evolve.
Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Evolve. Yes, sir.